आपकी इजाज़त है तो हम शुरू करें।
The Royals भी आपने किया है. How did you land that character? क्या story है?
Oh God, that was a very, very long audition process. I did 6, maybe more, but at least 6 rounds of auditions I did for that role.
6 rounds of audition. You had to do it.
I had to do 6 rounds of
Come
auditions.
on.
Yeah, मैं कौन हूँ?
क्या क्या बात कर रहे हैं?
When I got Call Me Bae, my parents were definitely skeptical. क्योंकि उनके दिमाग में they think every OTT show has nudity.
Oh,
So I was like, ma'am, ये Call Me Bae है. This is Ananya Pandey's show. It's very sweet and nice. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होने वाला है.
So you started singing when you were 13.
Yes. No, when I was 3.
Oh my
3 or
God.
4, yeah. It's strange to think 7 years now into this career in music, I've met and worked with pretty much everybody I wanted, except Arijit Singh. वो अब तक हुआ नहीं. I'm waiting for that
Throw
call.
it into the
I know,
universe.
guys, I'm manifesting this. Arijit Singh, please आप Royals देखो.
You're a singer, you're an actor. Between the two, which profession do you like the best? Hi Lisa, welcome to the show.
Hello, thanks for having me in your wonderful home.
So you started singing when you were 13.
Yes. No, when I was 3.
Oh my
3 or
God.
4, yeah.
And professionally?
Professionally, 13.
13, right? So how's the journey been since?
Long. बहुत सारे साल हो चुके हैं. I think I was 13 when I started my YouTube channel.
Yes.
So idea नहीं था उस टाइम कि ये professional होना है, मुझे professional musician बनना है. But I think actually the real age was 24 when I became a real musician.
Right.
और मुझे गाने में credits मिलने शुरू हुए, and that took a long time. So 20 years from when I started singing until my songs were releasing with my name.
So the way you sing, it's very unique, like thoda R&B and Indian. So like, is this the genre you've picked up for yourself? Like there was a thought process behind
there
it,
was no thought process.
or
ये
it just happened?
ऐसे हुआ क्योंकि मेरी training नहीं है. So I have no access to Indian classical training and everything because I grew up in the US. So गाते गाते ऐसे एक मैंने style kind of create कर ली because I had no idea if what I was singing in Hindi is accurate and if I'm doing justice to the way that it was composed. So rather than doing something that's a mockery of the original song, if I added my twist to it, then it feels like, 50% is me, 50% is how it was supposed to be done.
Right. And you worked with Badshah, you worked with Prateek Kuhad. How was the experience like?
I think it's strange to think 7 years now into this career in music, I've met and worked with pretty much everybody I wanted, except Arijit Singh. वो अब तक हुआ नहीं. I'm waiting for that
Throw
call.
it into the
I know,
universe.
guys, I'm manifesting this. Arijit Singh, please आप Royals देखो. और अगर आपको मेरा काम अच्छा लगा तो एक गाना बनाते. He's gonna be like, why would I watch something to make you a musician? But I've been very lucky that I've worked with everybody I love, and I think there's many more years of that coming up. I feel like I'm just getting started. Yeah, Badshah bhaiya ki wajah se I've started writing in English and in Hindi because my first ever song that I made in India after Tarifa was in his album, and he pushed me to write the song. कि मुझे लगा था कि मैं प्लेबैक सिंगर हूँ तो मुझे कोई लिख के गाना देगा और उनकी कॉम्पोजिशन से मैं गाऊंगी एंड उनकी लिरिक्स में आई एम गोना बी डूइंग द सॉन्ग. ही जस्ट सेड नो, यू मेक इट. So I had to put the pressure on myself and really give him something that I thought was good enough. And in the first try that I sent, a set of lyrics and the composition, he locked it. He was like, "Yeah, why were you so worried? You're good at this. Just keep going." So yeah, it was initially intimidating because these people are so big and so known. But over the years, it's gotten very easy because, touch wood, they see me as a peer.
Yeah.
In the beginning, I was some bachcha who's like, "Mujhe please mauka de do," but now I've spent enough time. Yeah.
So you do independent music also
Yeah.
and film music also. How is the process different between the both?
In film, you are singing what has been given to you. जैसे actor को मिलते हैं scripts, lines and In the playback situation, the same thing is given. You are given the lyrics and you're given the composition. So आप किसी और के vision को execute कर रहे हो.
Right.
And in my space in independent music, it's very different. It's the exact separation between acting and independent music, which is it's your words, your stories, your composition, and your delivery. Because it's my life that I'm writing about. मुझे exactly जिस point पे रोना है, जिस point पे एक emotional delivery करनी है, I have to give it that way, that how I felt those words when I was writing them. So a lot more control when it's independent music and it's things that I've written. And it's very different when you're singing for Bollywood and someone else is giving you their vision. So there you're hired like an actor, that you have to do justice to what the director wants. So in this case, you have to do justice to the music director.
Do you feel there's more honesty to the independent song than the film song when you're doing it?
I think दोनों अलग काम है. I think it's, of course, it's honesty when you're doing your own music. You should be feeling that way, but I think it's a different job.
Yeah.
So I treat it like a job. When I go and I do playback singing, I know कि मैं office में हूँ. It feels like that. Like
It's more professional.
It's more professional because I can't waste somebody's time because they've trusted me with their vision. So it's their honesty and it's my honest effort to execute their vision. Yeah, I think that's the best way to put it actually.
Recently your album came, Sorry I'm Late, and it's very personal to you.
Yeah.
So how was the journey like when you were creating the lyrics, when you were singing it, when you were feeling it? Like what's the entire process, and why did you like come up with this album? Like what was the thought process of creating?
Yeah, I think when I was making the album, I'd never written anything like this big before.
Yeah.
With 8 songs and so many, stories from my own life. And at the time I wrote it, I was already 29. So I had so many stories to tell. I had 29 years of stories that I could write. So I felt, one, it was a lot of creative freedom. And two, a big responsibility that I have to give people excellent music because it's my first album. तो ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि वो सुन के सोचेंगे एक्चुअली मैम आप प्लेबैक सिंगिंग ही करो. आपसे ये composition lyricism नहीं होता है. But I didn't want that reaction. I wanted it to be a certain class because even when you spend 5, 6, 7 years in a studio, you become a composer. You're surrounded by that activity, that type of making music. And जब आप गाते हो, you're adding your andaza, your हरकतें, your murki here and there. So it is like composing. So after 5, 6 years of doing that, you start becoming a composer.
Right.
And you start understanding कि इस गाने में ये चाहिए, इस section में ये instrument डालो. So you don't realize how it happens, but once you're in the studio, you're like, wow, okay, I know what I'm doing. I didn't think I could do it, but it feels really great.
Nice. So your acting debut started with Call Me Bae.
Yes.
Right. How was the experience?
Actually, my acting debut started at home. With a lot of natak I used to do in front of my parents. But my second acting debut was with Call Me Bae.
So how was the experience like?
It was great. It was such a good and easy and calm set. I think also because everybody was the same age.
Yeah.
So we were all very relatable to each other. Everyone was hanging out all the time. I think the average age on that set was like 26.
Right.
So it was easy. I think sometimes we forgot we were acting. हम सिर्फ मस्ती ही कर रहे थे उस set पे. And कहीं पे acting हो गया. It was just like, oh, okay, nice, we did this take today. And
But
then
it's
we would
such
go
a
to the
fun
set and hang
show.
out.
I think
It was just
reflecting.
as fun a shoot as it was.
That's reflecting in the show also.
There's no tension. It's so easy. There, and hats off to 2 people on that set. One is Colin Dukuna, our director. Everything that happens on a set and when the product is good, the first thanks should be given to the director because they set the tone.
Right.
जब आप set पे आते हो, if everything is positive, if everyone is in a good mood, it's because the director has made the environment feel that way. And the second hats off is to Ananya, because she on that set is the senior most actress. She had done so many films and all this other work already.
Right.
And she's so positive and kind. So you don't want to have nakra in front of someone who's senior to you. and we were learning from watching her. You know, she's so gracious, kind, patient. So it's nice to have someone setting that bar.
Right.
So because of Ananya and Colin, I think the show has come out so nicely.
You always wanted to become an actor?
I don't think I knew I wanted to become an actor, but I've always enjoyed entertaining, for sure. So since I was very, very small, I would always be singing, putting on some show with my sister. Then I did musical theater when I was growing up, and I just like being on a stage. I like putting a smile on people's faces. And after so many years of doing musical theater and music videos and things like that, naturally I think it just evolved into wanting to be an actor. And I don't think I had an idea that I wanted to do this, but I started auditioning very early. When I came to Bombay, immediately I started auditioning. So I was giving auditions and getting rejected for 4 years, 4.5 years, until I got called to do Call Me Bae.
Oh,
Yeah.
But you're also like singing in the show, right?
Yeah.
You have songs.
Yes, yeah. In Call Me Bae, दो गाने actually, एक reprise version है, एक original version है. दोनों को मैंने compose भी किया है मेरे दोस्तों के साथ, Rue and Joe, who also have music in Royals. We made these beautiful songs, and we were pitching for a lot of different things. And at the time, I was at DCA, which is Dharma Cornerstone Agency. And I was showing these songs, and I said, you know, maybe some of these can end up in Call Me Bae. And they didn't think about it at that time, but much later, you know, this was a good fit, let's try this song. So we finished composing that song, we submitted the song, and then separately, many months later, I auditioned to be in Call Me Bae.
Oh.
And the director didn't know that, you know, this music was being locked, and the music director did not know that I was doing the acting. And like I think about 3 months later is when they all found, because मुझे separate करना ही था. I didn't want it to look like मुझे ऐसे हाथ में दिया गया. हाँ, I didn't want it to look like that.
Because she's singing, so that's why she got the part.
She got the part.
Okay.
I wanted to keep it completely separate. So Colin, when he saw my audition, he was like, he took him aside and he was like, is that Lisa who's auditioning for the show? Why didn't she tell me she wanted to do this? And luckily, they ended up going with me, but it was very tough. Even in that audition, it was neck and neck between me and another person until the very end. And yeah, luckily I ended up in that
I'm so
series.
glad you got it.
Yeah, me too.
I can't picture anybody else for that character.
Really?
You've done it so well.
Thank you so much. That was a lovely show, and I got to be opposite Veer Das.
Yeah.
And he was just so good. He's so good on screen, so it was nice to be
He's a fab.
cast. Yeah, he's a fantastic actor. So masti and also seriousness.
Call Me Bae का season 2 भी आ रहा है.
हाँ, अभी हम शुरू करेंगे. I think we're starting by the end of this year to film the next season. So
आप कुछ बता सकते हैं आपका कैरेक्टर?
Colin, let me know. हलीन के साथ क्या होने वाला है मुझे भी पता नहीं.
So आप The Royals भी आपने किया है. How did you land that character? क्या story है?
Oh God, that was a very, very long audition process.
Really?
Yeah, I did 6, maybe more, but at least 6 rounds of auditions I did for that role.
6 rounds of audition.
To be,
You had to do it.
I had to do 6 rounds of
Come
auditions.
on.
Yeah. मैं कौन हूँ? I was just on one show.
No,
ऐसा नहीं कि I'm
but
walking
people
on
know
being
you.
like, I deserve this. So I had to audition a lot, and it's good to audition a lot. It's good to know your weaknesses. I think every single rejection, I was understanding more and more what I can change. मुझ में क्या कमी है इस role के लिए. Not, I'm saying auditions and rejections are good. It's healthy to learn.
But how was the experience like working with someone like Zeenat, Aman and Bhumi, Pednekar?
It was amazing. I think the experience on Royals was, it felt royal. Because I think anytime you are, even for 5 minutes, near Zeenat Amanji, you feel like she is royalty. She is Bollywood royalty. So she has this aura, she has this presence, and we all gravitated towards it. And हम सब शांत हो जाते थे. Anyone was speaking, whatever, we would just stop talking when she entered the room out of like respect.
Respect.
And she's just so cool, so effortless, and she doesn't have to try. She just is. Hum hai.
But how is she in person?
So nice. and patient and no nakra, and someone that senior who could demand anything she wanted. She had no demands. She would sit in the heat, wait for hours in the heaviest costumes because she's playing a royal. So there's so many necklaces, these heavy saris, heavy jewels, whatever. And she wouldn't complain because she treats every day like it's her first day on set. And we learned so much from just watching that. You learn as a newcomer and as somebody young that this is how you last in the industry.
That's true.
Is that you don't throw the tantrums and whatever, because sets are not about you. Especially on these days at the Maharaja Ki Raj Tilak, that was 600 plus people, and elephants and camels and horses. So you don't want to be the actor who's complaining when the director is commanding so many different things.
People, yeah.
So that much I learned from her for sure, was that you know when to back off, sit down, and let people do their job. If the hardest thing you're doing is just enduring a little bit of heat या back pain, ठीक है, सब ठीक ही हो जाएगा. 5 मिनट में आप पे ध्यान देंगे, but अभी के लिए just शांति से बैठो.
आपका बैकग्राउंड उड़ीसा से है. You're a singer, you're an actor. Between the two, which profession do you like the best?
I think singing for me is eternal. It's my lifelong love. And I think acting right now is my newest obsession. So it's like one is you're married to it, and the other one is like your hot boyfriend on the side.
Steamy affair.
Yeah, my steamy affair is acting for sure.
So, any upcoming project or music video that you
Yes,
want to tell
good
us
question
about?
you've asked. My next song is coming out in about 3 weeks. I'm very excited about it. For people who liked Sajna Ve Tarifa, us tarah ke gaane,
I love Tarifa.
Yeah. So for people who like these songs, mere jo romantic ballads the, this is back to that. So I'm very happy with the fact that I'm going back to what I am most appreciated for.
Yeah.
Even on my YouTube videos, my cover videos, the biggest, most watched ones were love songs, or like Kabira and Samjhava and all these beautiful songs. So I wanted to bring back romantic ballads because, guys, I've done too much heartbreak. Too many heartbreak songs, too many dance songs. So now let's get back to simple, beautiful love songs.
So what's the reason of doing so many heartbreak songs? Like, do you relate?
Yeah, absolutely. Just because I wasn't
had
happy.
so many.
Yeah, I had so many heartbreaks. So I was just sad. मैं सड़ रही थी यार.
But when I look at you, you don't look like the kind of person who has heartbreaks. I think you're the kind of person who comes across like
You don't meet
you
me.
will break other people's hearts.
No, you just don't meet me after 10 p.m. I'm in my bed crying usually. But otherwise, I'm fine. I'm chilly.
So when you're not working,
Crying. I'm crying.
other than crying, do you binge watch?
I binge watch for sure. I love content. I love watching things. Actually, you know what's sad is I'm a bad listener of music, but I'm a big watcher of content. And Bhumi has pointed this out so many times. She's like, I think you were born to be an actor at some point, because she's like, I've not met someone who's memorized more dialogues than you. And वो बचपन की आदत है. I love reciting films and dialogues. I know so many by heart. And I really appreciate good scripts and good writing. So, big content person.
Any favorite show that you're currently binge watching?
I am finally watching season 3 of White Lotus, which everybody has been.
I have seen it. I don't know about it.
I'm excited. It always takes the first 2 episodes of every season to get into the vibe. Yeah. So right now I'm struggling a little bit, but I know that
No, that's true, but no, I think you will prefer season 1 2 better than season 3.
A lot of people have said this. I loved season 2.
You'll love, like, of course, if you've loved season 2, you must appreciate
Season 1 is amazing.
Yeah, but then 3, it
has a different
something's missing.
vibe, huh?
I think the Tanya character is missing.
God, we love Tanya McQuad.
I think she's not
They're
there.
trying to
That's
kill me. I love her. She's so fun.
She's so much fun.
But yeah, big content person. It's watching that, and I think I rewatch a lot of things. So I rewatch like Grey's Anatomy and Sex and the City and all these other great shows.
So you must listen to Bollywood songs.
Yeah.
Any favorite Bollywood song?
Any favorite? To be honest, my favorite songs are all from the 90s and 2000s. So I hardly listen to new songs, which is a terrible thing to say because I'm asking you guys to listen to my new songs. But मैं सिर्फ पुराने गाने सुनूंगी.
No, the reason I'm asking is because as a singer you must have this feeling कि ये गाना मैंने गाया होता तो कैसे.
Oh, of course.
So any song that you feel like you should have sung it.
Not I should have sung it, but I wish I could have sung it.
Yeah.
A lot of Sunidhi Chauhan songs I wish I could have sung. Yeah.
Sunidhi's a vibe.
She's a vibe. And I also wish there was a female version at the time of Kal Ho Na Ho's theme song. It would have been so lovely. I think lots of things I look back and I realize it would have been so nice to have a female version. And some of my favorite songs are...
You can make them.
I know, that's why I did so many covers. Yeah. For so many years, I was like, agar hota to, it would be like this.
So, you're active on Instagram?
I'm too active on Instagram. I have set a time limit.
So, do you get like weird DMs? Any like weirdest DM you have got?
I don't know what it is, but I don't get any sleazy or bad DMs.
Funny?
Funny, हाँ funny तो definitely. और मुझे सिर्फ हाय बोलते हैं सब, सिर्फ हाय और कुछ नहीं उसके बाद कुछ नहीं, सिर्फ है हाय. I was like okay,
क्या करो उसके बाद?
I don't know, अजीत 237 उसके और कुछ तो बोलो. And he's like hi ma'am. I'm like okay, hi.
आप कभी रिस्पॉन्ड करते हो आप ऐसे?
Not to Ajit, sorry.
No?
Because उसने कुछ पूछा नहीं मेरे से उसके बाद. ऐसे थोड़ी कॉन्वर्सेशन होती है यार, कुछ
तो बोलो. आपने इतना कुछ अचीव किया है.
बहुत कुछ. Yes, I agree.
Yeah, you should keep throwing positive energy into the universe because recently I saw this reel. उसमें they were basically saying कि whatever you, even if it's just a thought, like whatever's coming in your mind about your current state na, eventually you reach that.
I genuinely believe that.
Yeah, even I do.
Especially you should say it out loud.
Yeah, whatever you want, just keep throwing it into the universe.
I agree. Because now the universe has to give me that.
Yeah. So that's why I'm saying.
$1 billion. Just give me that.
तो आपने इतना कुछ अचीव किया है. अभी भी कोई ऐसी इनसिक्योरिटी है जो आपको लगती है कि ओवरकम करनी है?
Definitely, I think मैंने अभी ही ये acting ये शुरू की है. So I definitely have insecurities about if I'm good enough. Because when you end up on sets like this, on a Dharma production, or now opposite Zeenat Aman, you start feeling imposter syndrome for sure. Because like, why do I deserve this? There's people who wait their whole lives to have this moment. So I have this insecurity for sure, but it's also my motivation.
Yeah.
I use that moment to be like, well, now I'm here. So I have to prove myself. Yeah, agreed.
To which you have done justice.
I hope so. Yeah, I hope people keep liking what I do.
I really adore you as a singer, and now that I've like seen you as an actor also, it's completely.
But do you like me as a person?
I do. Like I'm meeting you for the first time. She comes across as a sweet person.
Again, meet me after 10 p.m.
No, I'm a very good listener. Probably I'll help you heal.
Thank you. I like that's so sweet.
I do that for all my girlfriends.
But I hope someone's doing it for you as well.
I don't need it.
That's what all people say who are strong, and then one day they really need it.
No, it's not about being strong. It's just about being wise. I try to not put myself in a situation where...
You will need it because I'm also like that, but sometimes I feel like I need someone to...
But this is...
coming to me and
Yeah.
I like that we're rolling in Kana has entered her answer. She's like...
Oh, I didn't even realize there's a third person we're talking to.
She's like, now you roll. आपकी इजाज़त है तो हम शुरू करें.
आपने इंडिया आने को कब डिसाइड किया?
7 साल पहले, after Tarifa.
So as soon as you decided, you landed in India, and your parents were okay with it?
My mom came with me for the first 6 months just because मुझे कुछ पता नहीं था कैसे, how to survive in Bombay. And she's like, you don't know how to go grocery shopping. You don't know, you've never sat in a rickshaw and paid money in Indian cash and Indian rupees.
Right.
So also she came down
She taught
to teach
you all
me.
of that.
Yeah, how to negotiate. She's like, सबको 500 रुपए ऐसे मत दे tip. So I was just giving out money. She's like, बस इतना नहीं देना. And it was nice, I think, to have her support. And my dad has been, championing me as a musician my whole life. He's never missed a single performance. He's always the one, you know, the video camera, aise pakad ke, he's recording everything since I was so small. So I was really lucky I had their support. But, you know, I also had their sense of like stability, which is get a
Very
degree.
important.
Yeah, they told me you have to get a degree, you have to have an education, you have to have a job that has a salary.
Fair.
And अगर ये chance अभी मिल रहा है तो ले लो. But if in 6 months it doesn't work out, come back and do your real job. I was like, okay, fine. But at least I have the, you know, the well, how do I say this? The belief that it will work out.
But would you have gone back if it didn't work out in 6 months?
I think so. I think I would have, because I think more than anything, you just want to be stable and a little settled in life. And we're not big risk takers in my family. No one is an artist. Everybody is a government employee, a teacher, a doctor, or something. So my environment was like that growing up. I was not ever, you know, thinking about entering the entertainment industry. And now my parents are sitting and clicking Netflix and watching my face, and they're like, "This is so weird."
I actually wanted to ask you about that. Like when you told them about your acting gig, what was their reaction?
When I got Call Me Bae, my parents were definitely skeptical. क्योंकि उनके दिमाग में they think every OTT show has nudity.
Oh,
So I was
right.
like, ma'am, ये Call Me Bae है. This is Ananya Pandey's show. It's very sweet and nice. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होने वाला है. So I was like, no, it's fine. It's a normal. I play her boss in an office, and they're like, but office में क्या चल रहा है? And I was like, ये comedy show है. It's fine, ये family show है. And so initially their hesitation was that, you know, acting has the stigma and everything is raunchy, and I was like, nahi, aisa kuch nahi hai. It's a very normal, happy, modern show. After they saw that, they got a little more comfortable. And then I told my dad, you know, we're doing Royals, and this is the cast, and his two favorite actresses of all time are Bhumi Pednekar and Zeenat Aman. So I put him on the phone with Bhumi on the, I think, second or third day of set. And they talked for like 10 minutes. My dad is like, I think you were great in Son Chiriya. I think you were great in Sand Ki Aankh. You know, dum laga ke, you need to make a second version. I was like, you're going to direct our life? So it was very sweet. My dad got his 2 minutes. And I told him, I was like, you know, this is a same-sex love story. There's a kissing scene with a girl. It's typical Indian dad answer. He's like, ladka nahi hai na? Theek hai. It was more controversial for my dad to see me kiss a boy. So he was like, it's fine, it's fine. Yeah, he was like, ladki hai, it's fine. I was like, okay.
Worked for you.
Yeah, it worked out for me, it's fine.
So, अभी Instagram का ज़माना है. Do you think there's a constant pressure of posting and being online?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I think you are as successful as you are relevant, sadly. That's the reality we've all come to accept. And I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. So it's just a matter of accepting that and knowing what to do with it. If I don't feel like posting, if I don't feel like sharing something that day, just chill karo. ऐसा भी कुछ pressure नहीं है कि in 2 days your career will disappear.
Right.
It's okay. If you're taking a longer break, I think the smartest thing is if you feel overwhelmed, bank some content for the future. नहीं तो throwbacks डालो. And people will be fine. You just have to feed the public a little bit of yourself when you need a break. Just step back and give them some old content and they'll be happy. I don't think anyone in the the audience side is telling you you have to give us something every day all the time. So yes, of course, for your job, you have to stay relevant and you have to always be on social media, it feels like, but take mental health breaks, switch off the phone, hang out with real people and get back in touch with life.
एक ऐसी चीज़ आपके बारे में जो लोग नहीं जानते.
Oh, that my original dream in life was to be a voice actor. Before music and acting. Yeah. I wanted to be, which makes sense now if you think about it. It's the two things I ended up doing are in half and half. It's voice and acting. So I always wanted to be a voice actor. I grew up doing lots of accents and funny voices, and that's why I recited so many dialogues from so many films. I've memorized so much because it was such a joy for me to put on this little performance for everyone.
तो आपने कभी pursue नहीं किया ये?
करते हैं अब. Why not? Sky's the limit. Now that I've done 2 careers, I'm adding 7 more careers. But it's a tough job, by the way.
It is.
So I didn't realize when we were doing dubs of Call Me Bae for the first time, that's voice acting, when you dub your own voice. I was like, yaar, ye bahut difficult hai. To give the right tonality is so different when you are not doing it live acting.
Yeah.
Having to voice something is a different world. It's a different skill set. And for Royals, we were dubbing in Subhash Studios. And the owner's father is a very celebrated, legendary voice actor. And he did his voice. He's done the original commercials for Rin and back in the 80s, 90s. And that deep, low voice. And I was like, wow, this is very cool. It's such a cool thing to do.
Yeah, definitely. When you're performing on stage, what kind of process you go through before? Like, what's the prep like?
So before I perform on stage, I actually try to just zone out and not come and be around the stage too early. I like to be there only 5 minutes before because I want to not have so much noise and stimulus around me because वो बहुत distracting हो जाता है. And when there's so many people saying 500 things, ये चाहिए वो चाहिए, मैम इधर खड़े हो जाओ, इनके साथ फोटो लेना है, ये करो वो करो. I don't want that. I want to just focus. And after the show, I'm bindas. So, but before the show, I need extreme quiet and calm and peace. So I wait just before I'm supposed to be on stage is when I come.
Recently, Royal Fables ने एक post डाला है on the Royals. You saw. Would you like to share your opinion?
Yeah, I think it's an easy answer. There's a reason we have a disclaimer in the beginning of the show. It's a fictional town. It's a fictional story. There is no Morpur. So if it feels like something that should have been done a certain way, there's no answer, but it's made up. Some of the post was saying that इस कपड़े के साथ ऐसे jewels नहीं पहनते, but किसने बोला? Because the jewels look like they could be from Punjab. The sari looks like it could be South Indian. The palace is in Jaipur. It's okay. It's not an accurate representation of anything because it's not a real place. And I think to them, I want to say that if we can sit at home and accept Bridgerton, which is set in a real town, London, but with a fictional black queen, we should be able to relax and let royals exist. Because if our imagination allows us to think of a London where a black queen existed, it can allow space for a Morpur with Zeenat Aman wearing cool glasses and lots of jewels and a very nice orange sari as well. Why not? I think we're not here to make any statement about this being any sort of real depiction of a real existing royal family. It's okay. And the thing is, we shot these in the actual locations. So City Palace से हमने permission लेकर किया है ये सब. ऐसा नहीं कि हम छुप के उनके पीठ के पीछे shoot कर रहे थे. They were aware and they okayed it. And if the royal family of Jaipur is okay with us shooting there, and they also know this is not real and it's not about Jaipur, they can let it go. I think they're the final authority. So we can let it go.
Thank you so much for coming, Lisa. We have a small gift from Robert for you.
Oh my God. Guys, it's my first hamper.